Hello everybody, it is Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, I hope that you guys will subscribe to get notified about more videos like this, and you guys can support me on Patreon if you guys want to support the channel. So, this is a video that I already recorded with Hunter, and so that's like when the weird stuff happens, like, oh, Hunter and I already did this, now I'm all alone. Again, because this happened to me last week, if you guys didn't know. I had some last-minute Ozpin and Salem theories, but Hunter couldn't come over, and then I was all sad, so that's basically what happened. But anyway, I guess I'll explain first. If you guys don't know, Hunter and I record together every Saturday, so every time a new RWBY episode comes out, we basically spend the entire day recording, and so this was a video that Hunter and I already recorded together, but then during the week, we had some new developments. So first, I'm gonna explain what Hunter and I already, covered in that video, in the first version of this video. So basically, what we were saying was, when Ozpin gets sent back to Remnant, he, goes into the body, he body snatches a dude that's already living there, right? We know this because, Ozpin does the glowy eye thing to control that dude, the white-haired dude, if you want to call it that. And he already does that with Oscar, so we know that. So that means that the dude that he goes into is, a mortal man, right? And Ozpin, takes control of him and then uses magic and all that sort of stuff. And so we know that when Ozpin goes, with Salem and has children with her, right, the children have magic, and that ends up, causing some other things, but that doesn't matter. I'm assuming that, it's a combination of both Ozpin and Salem's magic that ends up giving them magic, if that makes sense. Maybe more so Salem than Ozpin, because Ozpin is still in, another person's body, whereas she is still in her original body that she had in the old world, but I don't think that really matters. Obviously, Ozpin has similar powers to Salem because they both float up in the air together, they both do all that, so basically, it seems like he can do the same things as Salem, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, right, it doesn't matter. Now, moving on to IT Ozpin, I guess, that we've affectionately decided to call him, right? He has kids with, this lady, right? And neither of them have silver eyes. IT Ozpin doesn't have silver eyes, the wife doesn't have silver eyes, but these kids have silver eyes. So I'm guessing what happens was, Ozpin gets put into IT Ozpin. He fucks with this girl because he says, oh, I learned to live with the souls of the people I body snatch, right? Jin says that about him. And so now these kids have partial magic, and I say partial because it's a product of Ozpin, who is a magical person, I guess, and the regular lady, the regular girl. Right? And so I feel like this is how silver eyes were created, because Ozpin basically fucks around in, the bodies that he has to live in for whatever reason, and this may be the result, right? And of course he has to live with the people that he's body snatched, and they probably want families and kids, and so this happens. Or maybe he did this on purpose somehow, so the children of the people he body snatched would always be protected. So this was an intentional choice to have them have a power that would combat the Grimm, because, Ozpin grows sort of a connection to these children, even though they're not his children, they are kind of his children, and so, you know what I mean? He wants to give them some sort of form of protection, maybe protection he couldn't give his own children, right, because they're dead, and so he gives them silver eyes. That could be the idea. So in our original video, I was saying that I was unsure personally whether these kids had silver eyes or not, or whether they just, it was the Mercury effect where they had silver, or it was just, a really light shade of another color, right? And so Hunter and I were saying, this would mean that RWBY is somehow related to Ozpin. Not, now, but, eventually, right? Back great-great-grandfather nonsense, right? And so I was saying, are they gray? Is it the Mercury sort of situation, right? I didn't know, and I couldn't tell. But we also talked about how people thought, oh, does Ilya have silver eyes? Does Vernal have silver eyes? Does this random person have silver eyes, right? That's something that's happened in the community a lot. And so basically what I was explaining is, one of the staff members, that used to work, on RWBY, they basically sort of, I guess, it's not really a trick, but they showed me a trick where basically you go into Photoshop and you eye drop the eyes. And so I think people said that Ilya had silver eyes, for example. You can see that her eyes are just a very light blue, or whatever the case, right? Whatever it was, or Vernal, or whatever, right? So if you use the eye drop tool on characters who have silver eye, I guess, are suspected to be silver-eyed warriors, right? You can see that their eyes actually fall into, a certain color, if you eye drop them on Photoshop, whereas RWBY, it's a true silver, it's a true black and white, thing. like, I wish I could show this to you, but I don't have Photoshop. I have GIMP, and that's why all my thumbnails look like shit. So I can't display, like, what I'm trying to show you, but, like, if you eyedropped my hair right now, you would get something in the realm of blue, but if you eyedrop Ruby's eyes, you get sort of something within the black-white, sphere of things. And that's how you can tell. I don't know. Anyway, that's not the important part, but it turns out I don't need to show you guys anything, like, in terms of Photoshop stuff, because somebody on Reddit, after Hunter and I had recorded our video, found something very interesting. And so I'm gonna read the Reddit post real quick, okay? So, I noticed something about Ruby's eyes in one of the close-up shots in Volume 6, Chapter 1, and I thought, hey, that's not how other eyes look, is it? And sure enough, I was right. Can you see it? And so what he's referring to is actually, so this is the screenshot that this person has provided, this person with an impronounceable username. I am gonna link the Reddit post in the comment section, so don't worry, y'all can go read it, right? Ruby has these little, like, shiny bits, right? Because everybody has those little, the white things, right? Like, the reflection of the eyes or whatever, but she has these little, like, these little dots that you guys can see, and you guys will see this in a more close-up shot that I'm gonna provide in a second, so you guys can look. Oh, okay, that's not the screenshot I wanted to bring up, but that's okay. But you can see right in this close-up, and then I'll drag another photo on the screen. Okay, so let's just put, oh, that's me. Okay, let's just put them over here. Okay, so you can see that from chapter 2, right, she has these little thingies in her eyes, like, for lack of a better word. They're just little lines. She doesn't have them in Volume 1, but she has them in Volume 2. So I'm gonna move that out of the way because it's still not the picture I wanted. Maybe it's this one? Aha! See? Okay, so you can see now she has these little, like, commas. So, not commas, quotation marks. Like, she has these little quotation marks in her eyes. And so basically, they go on to say, Ruby is the only character with these tiny extra highlights. She actually has had them since Volume 2. Based on that, I thought maybe only people with silver eyes has these. There's been quite discussion about the two kids of, one of Ozpin's reincarnations and them having silver eyes. So, of course, I had to check my theory, if my theory applied to them, and they do. I think this is a small detail they added to the show to show who actually has silver eyes, not just grayish eyes that could be confused with the magical silver ones. Now, this is super interesting, and I've never heard anybody bring this up before, which is weird, because you think that, like, people in the fandom tend to be very, very observant when it comes to things like this, right? But you can see, I don't know if you guys can see, but if you do take the time, look at the thread, and look at the picture separately, you can, oh, maybe I can just make it bigger. It may distort the resolution, though. I can try. See how they have the little things, too? So, yeah, it's very extremely similar. So, I would say, case closed. That's why we had to re-record this video, because Hunter and I weren't sure, right? We were, in our video, we were like, they could just have gray eyes, it could be sort of a fake out, right? We weren't sure, and so that's why I had to re-record this whole thing, because now I'm like, I'm 100% sure. I'm like, yeah, case closed, solved. Like, these kids definitely have silver eyes, right? Definitely, because they have the little commas, or, quotation marks. They have the little squiggly quotation marks in their eyes, right? So, to me, that makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like, that's it, I guess. Like, that's case closed, like, we're done. There's no speculation, there's no wonderings, right? They have silver, like, that's it. That's it. But then here's the new question, okay? So that would make Ozpin related to Ruby in a weird way. But I don't think that he slept with Summer because she also had silver eyes, so it would have to be someone before Summer. So maybe he's like great-great-grandpa, I guess. Like, everybody, okay, this is off topic, but everybody has been trying to find, like, some sort of way that John is related to Ozpin and Salem, okay? Like, we gotta reshift the focus, right, guys? Like, it seems more like Ruby is related to Ozpin, which also means that she's sort of related to Salem because, like, she's like the stepchild in a way, you know what I mean? Because, okay, Ozpin and Salem were married, right? I guess they divorced, and right now Ozpin has a new kid, sort of, like, or something, and so, like, she's like stepmom. Maybe that's why she wants Ruby alive, because it's like, it's the child that her and Ozpin could have had but never had, and now it has silver eyes, I guess. Like, I don't know, something like that. And I'm guessing that that could be, like, a nice theory, is that Ozpin got so attached to the children that he had in his body snatching days that he decided to give them protection against the Grimm, and that was in the way of the silver eyes. And so, you know, it sort of, I guess, makes up for the fact that his own children died because of a Grimm. Like, Salem's not a Grimm back then. She's just darkness. I don't know. It's whatever. We're not getting into that here. But it's sort of the same idea that that's why he did it. And so then those people went to go on and reproduce, I guess, and then there were more silver-eyed warriors, then you have a bunch of silver-eyed warriors, and now you have Salem killing them, and that could be another thing, is that Salem is killing the silver-eyed warriors because they are Ozpin's children, and Ozpin caused her children to die. Like, they should have only had children together. They shouldn't have children with other randos, and so it's sort of like that, like, Salem doesn't want Ozpin to be fucking around with other people or having kids with other people, because they were the ones that were supposed to have kids together. Y'all know what I'm saying? So that's it. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, you guys should become patrons over on Patreon if you guys want to support the channel, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Thank you to our wonderful patrons over on Patreon for supporting the channel. Patrons get a bunch of different cool rewards, ranging from access to VIP chats, or getting video tickets, which can basically be used to request us to do videos, for example. We can advance early access, or access to our Discord server. All of those are rewards that our patrons can get, and it's pretty cool. I do recommend it if you guys want to support the channel. We have so much fun talking on our Discord server about whatever it may be, whether that's Ruby or Kingdom Hearts or Miraculous Ladybug, right? And the early access helps you guys obviously get to see our videos before anybody else does, and so that's also pretty cool. The VIP chat is pretty exclusive. I can reply like a bit faster there. It's a bit more one-on-one. So if you guys are interested in any of those, I do suggest that you guys become patrons over on Patreon. The link is in the description, and thank you again for all of our patrons for helping us out. We'll see you guys later. Bye.